if people start doing this, they will achieve much more in shorter duration of time. So that means at least 3 hours or 4 hours a day, uninstall some apps from your phone and then reinstall it after a few hours of focused work.
Correct. So Prabhuji, what is the simplest of thing which can be done from our part to improve our focus? One thing is to spend time with nature. What else is something to start off? I'm not saying something on a grand scale. Okay, soon enough we can reach the stage, but to start off with that, what can be done right now to start off, at least a starting point? Because I personally am a believer in the fact that the start is always difficult. My first video was the most difficult. My first YouTube video was the most difficult. But once I got the knack for it, once I knew the direction, it was easier to run. But the starting is often difficult. So what can be done to start off?
Let me suggest a couple of things that might help you all.
Please.
One thing is, find the distractions that are taking you away from focus.
Okay.
For each and every one of us, there is something very distracting that is taking us away from our focus. For some persons, some people it might be Instagram. As simple as uninstalling Instagram might help you. And of course, you can always install it back when you want, So a lot of times, when you just do simple things, you might actually end up solving a big complicated issue. So find your distractions. That's the first step. The second step is try to minimize your distractions. Try to keep yourself, or at least give yourself, a few hours of distraction-less time.
Correct.
Which means every day, if you have to uninstall some apps and reinstall it after a few hours, it's still worth it.
Still worth it.
So that means at least 3 hours or 4 hours a day, uninstall some apps from your phone and then reinstall it after a few hours of focused work.
Correct.
That is one option. The second is, keep yourself in an environment that allows you to focus. If a TV is running somewhere and you're sitting to study there, impossible. So if there is some distractions are all around you, and in the middle of that is distractions you want to focus, how is it possible for you to focus?
Exactly.
And therefore, create an environment around you. It may be it doesn't have to be a big room or big house or anything like that. It has to be a small environment which keeps you focused. Third thing is, keep short bursts of intense focus time. Don't keep 5 hours of focus, not possible. Keep short bursts of intense focus time. Say 45 minutes, 30 minutes. Intense focus for the 30-45 minutes. Nothing to distract you for the 30-45 minutes. No phones, no WhatsApps, no messages, no social media. For that 35 to 40 minutes. And then give yourself a 10-minute break. 15 minutes break if you want. And then again 30-40 minutes of intense focus. So when you have this, the mind gets tired usually of focusing. So if the mind has to focus for many hours at a stretch, it won't focus. It will keep running away, it will get distracted, it will get tired. So you should try to accumulate small bursts of focus time. And those remaining 15 minutes that you get the break, that's where the secret is. Don't do anything that tires your mind during that 15 minutes break. Do something that actually relaxes you, those 15-minute breaks. So you have to find a regimen of things that will relax you during those 15-minute breaks. Like typically, if you watch a web series at that point, you will get more tensed because you will be wondering what happened to that fellow. So you are accumulating more anxiety. So instead of that, do things that will relax you in those 15 minutes. And when you get relaxed, you can take a small nap. 15-minute nap is great. It's called a snap, short nap. Yeah. So do things like that will relax you. And then again, another 30-40 minutes of intense focus. So that way, you achieve two things at a time. One, the productive time that you get in those 30-40 minutes will be much, much better than 4 or 5 hours of stretched of focus. You get it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And your mind will be fresh after a few minutes of break. With a fresh mind, you can be more creative. You can be more productive. You can be more focused. You can be more innovative. You can actually get such brilliant ideas with a clear mind.
True.
So this way, at 15 minutes, if you can meditate, wonderful, nothing like it, So use those 15-minute gaps for doing things that relax you. Do yoga nidra if you like, you do pranayama if you like, do anything that relaxes you. And then again, another 30-40 minutes of intense focus.
Intense focus.
I'll tell you, if people start doing this, they will achieve much more in shorter duration of time than working very, very hard for 10 hours a day.